Hi, I'm Joan Newcomb, and today's weekly musings is how to hold your own during the holidays. I'm doing a series of weekly musings, and I'm using posts from my blog, Adventures in Density and Effort, as inspiration. Now, as I read these blogs, and they're very short, I will give you a summary at the very end based on what's going on in the world today. Also, I have some special offers, so stay tuned to the very end to see what they are. How to hold your own during the holidays. It's that time of year again. We're heading into the time of family gatherings. We're being inundated with ads, movies, and shop windows filled with gifts and expectations. When you visit with relatives, everyone reverts to their old behavior patterns. No matter how much therapy you've had, it's hard not to fall into familiar scripts. How do you not match the prevalent energy level? Perhaps you don't have family and you're happily on your own. How do you convince well-meaning observers that you're a healthy, well-adjusted person who happens to be spouse and child free? How do you hold your own during the holidays? I thought I'd offer some helpful consciousness tools here. So the first one is called the bug zapper. Imagine yourself surrounded by iridescent blue light, just like those electronic devices that you hang outside your back door that keep flying insects from entering the house. Any negative thought or projections that come at you from the outside gets instantly zapped. However, it also neutralizes any negative thoughts or projections from inside you as well. I used this at a wedding a while ago and it felt wonderful. I'll just interject there that since I wrote this, I read about a new invention. Someone took the bug zapper idea and expanded it. The bug zapper was a very limited thing, and bugs had to actually fly into it to get zapped. But someone invented one that you just sit on your patio, and it had a radius of, I don't know, you could set the amount of feet, 15 feet or something, and would keep bugs away from that kind of distance. So you can update the bug zapper to being something like that. And I think the way I would do that is I would just encapsulate the idea of the bug zapper and have it, you can even have it be within you and just give it a radius of whatever you want. And that anyone in your family gathering that's projecting things to you instantly gets disintegrated as it goes into this radius, but also anything that you feel like projecting, like, oh God, I hate Aunt Ruth, or whatever, that will also get disintegrated as well. Just feel as you use it. You can feel gaining neutrality, creating a sense of peace and well-being, but I can also imagine that some people using it suddenly find that people don't want to get within 15 feet of them, which from my perspective, that would be just fine. Okay, another technique is different colors. So when you walk into a home or party, you can feel the prevalent energy of the place. And one way to not be either raised up to their level of frenzy or brought down to their level of gloom is to be a half step above whatever energy there is. So you can imagine what that vibration would be if it was a color. Now, if you're not like a visual person, you might feel the vibration or hear a sound and let yourself be a half step lighter than whatever that energy is. You won't be too out of sync, but enough to keep your own sense of self. And the thought that's going through my head as I'm reading this is that if you've got people who thrive in chaos, it's not necessarily trying to be a half step above chaos, but a step away from that energy of chaos to restore a sense of calmness, sanity, and emotional regulation. Another one is doorways and portals. Every door or archway that you step through can be to a different universe, and it's as effortless as stepping into different movies at a multiplex or different sound stages in Hollywood. Just by getting up and going to the restroom, you shifted realities in several ways. So by the time you return, you can be in an entirely different scenario. Your family may still look the same, but the atmosphere can be completely different. In all of these, you can actually do this before you get to the family gathering as well. Let's say you're driving there. I've used windshield wipers to give me the sense of moving through different universes. You can also just imagine archways that have misters that when you get out of the car and you're walking to your family's house, you're walking through those misters and they're incrementally adjusting your energy to being a different experience as well. So all of these tools work best when done playfully and from the space of amusement and fun. Try these out and see what happens, and let me know in the comments below if you do. I'd love to read your comments. November is just around the corner from the time of recording, and that means the holidays for people. There's different countries have different Thanksgivings, different holidays, but usually in December, there's a number of different kinds of holidays that bring families together. We're all collectively hitting that energy, whether our families are alive or not, whether we're in the same country as them or not. These are really helpful, fun tools to help have a different experience this year than you might have had before. So if you like these videos, please share them with your family and friends and on your social media. And you can also please click the heart button or the thumbs up button. Please follow, like, or subscribe. And that way, along with leaving comments, it tells the algorithm to share this far and wide and get this out to someone who really needs to see this information. And if you want a free sample of one of my consciousness techniques, click on the link below to the skybox technique. It'll give you a drone's eye perspective and help you be amused and have a bigger perspective of what you're going into for the holidays. I also have a couple of courses down below. If you want to learn how to use these energy techniques and learn some more, click on those courses to get yourself ready for the holidays as well. And if you want to know more about my one-on-one sessions, go to my website, joan-newcomb.com, and I'll see you next week in another Weekly Musings.